Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. For this video, I'm honestly just gonna take it easy and draw and talk a little. So yeah, as I said, hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for viewing, and today I'm just simply filling another page in my sketchbook. This current sketchbook that I'm working on is probably my all-time favorite for a bunch of reasons. Alright, so side note, let me know down in the comments if you want to see a sketchbook tour video or something like that. I have some old portfolios too that could work for that. The drawing that I'm working on for today is, as I described to my client, a revamp of an old design that I created for Inktober 2020. For those of you who don't know, Inktober is a yearly challenge created by artist Jake Parker, where artists are given a prompt for each day of the month for all of October. Drawings are preferably created in ink, whether it be freehand ink or if you use pencil to lay down a base drawing first, it doesn't really matter. The challenge is more set in place for artists to have fun and kind of just push themselves and see how far they can go. And oh, if only my younger self would have seen it that way. You see, the first time I did an Inktober challenge was back in 2018, when I was pretty much freshly out of college and looking to grow in my career field, but also possibly pursue art. Needless to say, being in college for 5 years in a STEM or STEAM field, as the kids call it now, I hadn't devoted much time to art, so the prospect of drawing every single day for 1 month straight seemed very daunting. And don't get me wrong, I've drawn a lot throughout my whole life. I think drawing is honestly, like in no better way to say it, the thing that I'm best at. Then I suppose you could come to that conclusion because you're watching an art YouTube channel, or at least I hope that's what YouTube classifies me as. But I digress. I had never taken an exercise approach to my art before starting an Inktober journey, and in 2018 I was in for quite a rude awakening. I began to realize that I wasn't as efficient of an artist as I would have liked to be. Up until that point, I had focused on being good, making my art better and better, but I never actually really taken any time to see how much time I was spending on my art. It didn't dawn on me back then, but it used to take me literal days to complete a graphite portrait, and if I drew anything in a seemingly fast way, it would honestly come out crappy. But nonetheless, I still jumped on board to participate in Inktober. Here's how some of my drawings looked back in 2018. Not only was the quality of my output not where I would have liked it to be, but I didn't even finish Inktober for 2018. I think I only did like half of the prompts for that year. It was really eye-opening to see how much growth needed to happen in order for me to comfortably complete an Inktober. So in 2019, I decided to take more of an exercise-based approach to my art. And this also coincides with when I was already a few months removed from having graduated university and was getting into my rhythm of taking art more seriously. When October of 2019 came around, I felt ready to take on the massive task that is Inktober, and in my sense of self-confidence, I also decided to create time-lapse videos of all of my drawings. I guess this is like the genesis of what would eventually become this channel. I ended up creating videos that looked like this, and other videos that looked like this. So I learned to film time-lapse and learned to draw with a camera overhead. The project was still daunting for 2019, and with editing footage every night for a 1-minute Instagram video, I barely slept. I really liked how my final products came out in 2019, and I want to give a big shout out to my homies from SOFLO Records in Miami for providing custom beats for the videos. And big thanks to Earth is Small for doing the bulk of the lifting musically. Oh, and also big thanks to Brian, who goes by Night Moving Company on Spotify, for providing a sick Pokemon beat to one of my pieces. I'll link all the musicians' YouTube, Spotify accounts in the descriptions below. Make sure to check them out. So yeah, 2019 was also not easy at all. There were many times where I felt like I had bit off more than I can chew. But I managed to pull it off and felt great having redeemed myself from 2018's failures. Plus, I was actually able to sell some of those drawings as prints, which was surprising in the best of ways. Now in the year 2020, I took more of a relaxed approach with it being my third year at Inktober. I felt confident in being able to finish complete pieces. Plus, I chose to not create videos of these particular drawings to save my sanity. To be honest, I felt like I breezed through 2020, and it was, in my opinion, the best year of all 3 Inktobers. The drawings felt easier to complete, and now some of the designs are going to be turned into tattoos for clients, which I'm so stoked about, by the way. If you want to see any of the completed tattoos or other works featured in the channel, make sure to follow the Instagram. Anyways, I didn't participate in Inktober this year, 2021, because honestly I was just busy trying to live my best life after the pandemic, and also I'm still trying to find a balance with all of this YouTube work and artwork and whatnot. I know it goes without saying, but for those of you who don't know, art is not my full-time gig. I have a standard 9-to-5 day job, and finding the time to create daily can sometimes get cumbersome. But with that being said, I never really gave up on drawing. I may be making slow progress compared to others, but at least I'm making progress nonetheless. The difference between the works of 2018 and 2020 are like night and day. It's honestly awesome to look back at something and see visible progress. Not only see visible progress, but feel visible progress too. Like, I can do drawings now in one sitting that back then would take me a few days. And it's that idea of progress that applies to any repetitive thing that you do, whether it be karate or cooking or dance or music, you name it. It's honestly super simple. All you have to do is never give up. I've used that meme before. Anyways, that's all I have for you guys today. Make sure you drop a like on the video, and if you haven't subscribed already, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell too to stay up to date with future videos that I may be posting. With that being said, my name is Brandon Camilo. Love you all. Bye.